I'm not trying to say women can't have opinions, but my point is there's a whole bunch of men out here who genuinely know that this COVID shit's out of control, but they're too busy arguing with their wife to do anything about it. Right. They're preoccupied. If it's not your wife, it's a video game. It's not your video game. It's a job. It's not a job. It's politics or whatever. Some other distraction. It's all garbage. When Rome was losing, all they did was have endless circuses to keep you distracted from the losing war. The world we live in today, they try very hard to prevent you from curating your reality. You're constantly distracted by everything, and it's hard to focus on nearly anything. And they do that on purpose. For you to go stand out in the rain and protest, that takes focus. They want you distracted. They want arguments in the household. They want blacks to hate the whites, Republicans to hate Democrats. They want us all arguing with each other, for all of us to hate our neighbor, and us all to be so distracted and selfish and self-absorbed that we can't think beyond ourselves. That's what they're trying to do to us, and it's absolutely and utterly worked.
It works.
There's very few of these people, and look what they've fucking done to the entire world. It's absolutely insane. And before I get offed, I'd never commit suicide.
Everybody's fucking distracted, watching fucking Netflix, jerking off to Pornhub like fucking jackasses. It's so easy to win. You can control your own mind. It seems that nobody fucking can. And that's how the people who run the world keep the world running, because they have all the slaves exactly where they need them to be. Permanently distracted and semi-depressed, working their asses off in jobs which will never satisfy them and never pay enough money. That's the Matrix. It's decision. You're letting other people control your mind.
It's all distraction.
The Matrix is trying to control your mind. They're very good at it. That's what they do to control all of us. You have to break the trap. If you cannot control your own mind, let me make this point because it's extremely important. If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life, because your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather. Right. You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything besides what you think. If you cannot control your own mind, then you go through life with zero control, zero influence. You can't control anything. You're just a feather in the wind, waiting for life to blow you from happy place to sad place to happy place to sad place, completely hoping on the gods to be fortunate to you, because if any genuine discomfort comes your way, you're fucked.
Bread and water, and they will be distracted. The people who get paid the most on this planet is people who distract the most people without living their own life. Sports teams, film actresses, actors, because people are distracted. People do genuinely go home and watch their TV, and they're just programmed not to achieve anything, and it's sad. It's not that they're bad people, it's just all they know. Why do you think this happens? Why do you think people are so dumbed down that they can't open their eyes and see the world a bit differently?
But I think it's breaking. I think the internet has broken it. I'd think to say maybe 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, it was at the height of the mind control of the populace. But I actually think we're in the middle of a spiritual revolution. I think that if you were to go 10 years ago and ask people on the street, does the news lie to you? Maybe 20% would say yes, and 80% would say no. But I think it'd probably be around 50-50 now. I'd like to believe it's around 50-50. Most people are starting to understand that everything is a fucking lie. It's all a lie, it's all programming, it's all garbage. And the internet has given all these different points of views and I think MSM is becoming defunct. I think it's becoming less interesting. I'll say right now that me and you will sit here in this room with a few cameras and millions of people will watch this. More than watch Newsnight. It's crazy. So the world is changing, and what they're gonna do to counteract that, I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps they're going to try and snipe particular characters who won't become controlled opposition. I don't know. And try and take them out and throw them in a Romanian jail cell. We're going to see. When I talk about the Matrix and escaping it, I'm also talking about a way for you to earn money in ways they don't tell you. You want to escape. I'm waiting for you outside of the real world.
$24,000.
$60K, $200,000 cash a month, over 10 grand in the real world.